I think you need to remember why you are in Forex and understand that it's not a gamble. It's you win some, you lose some. What matters is how much you lose when you lose and how much you win when you win. Because that's going to determine if you're profitable overall or not.
Hello, trading world. Welcome back. My name is Manuel Bueno here at Instant Funding with our trader interview series. And we have a new trader, our first interview for the year. Happy New Year's to everyone. Judah, welcome, my friend. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me, Manny.
Our pleasure. We're super excited to get to know you better and know your story better. So, like we said, your name is Judah. Tell us where you're from.
I live in the UK. I work here. I studied here. Yeah.
Have you always been in the UK?
No, I was born in Ghana in West Africa. You know Ghana?
Yes, I know Ghana. At what age did you get to the UK?
24, maybe.
How old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
26. I was 27 in February.
Oh, okay. Nice. Is this your first trader interview?
Yes. I was very excited to do it. Yeah.
Nice. Congratulations. I know it's a great feeling, and it's a pleasure for us here at Instant Funding to be your first interview.
I'm glad to be your first day as well.
Yes, first of the year. So tell us, how did you get into trading? How did you start trading? How did you hear about trading?
I started in COVID, actually. I Googled how to make money. And then I saw a forum chat where somebody was like, just try Forex trading. You can learn from a website called Baby Pips. And I just learned all about leverage, everything. Found some 88 pounds. So I was earning in Ghana cedis back then. So when I converted, I had 88 pounds left over for myself, my pay for the month. So I just put it in and then I went hard. Instead of dollars, I made it a pound account. So first 2 minutes, I lost like 50 pounds. I was supposed to wait for a signal provider, but I was like, how could this be just up and down?
So you go on Baby Pips, right? You start learning, reading.
Yeah.
Trend lines, support resistance. How long were you on Baby Pips learning before you decided, to fund up your first account?
I'd say it took me maybe 3 months, but that was because I was working. So it wasn't consistent, but it took me a couple of months. They have baby kindergarten and it goes up and like.
Yep.
So it took me a couple, but I think I need to finish. At the point I was like, oh no, I've got this. Let's go.
When you decided, you were confident in what you had learned already.
After I learned up to, I think, they explained one strategy. And then I forgot what it was, but they explained one strategy. And I was like, oh, I get the concept now. So I'm ready.
When you decided to fund up, you were fully confident in what you had learned.
I was confident that what was left would just have to be me being practical on the market, and that'll give me more understanding than the reading.
So when you were on, Baby Pips, maybe YouTube, right? Were you do for 3 months? Were you doing this every day, every other day? How often were studying?
Okay, I would say every day because there'll be times at work where I would like pause and open another tab and then just like read a little bit, look at something. I even printed a book, Technicalities by John Maggie and Robert Edwards. I'm sure a lot of people.
Okay.
Yes, it's very old, but they capture a lot of trader, like real stock market trader technical concepts.
You come across trading by trying to learn how to make money fast.
Yes.
So 3 months of studying, small amount in a personal account. You didn't really make money fast. I'm sure you were looking for something, maybe make money in a week, maybe make money in 2 weeks. Now it's been a couple months, no money. What made you say, this is interesting. I like this. Let me keep learning.
What actually changed my mind was this guy, if I can mention his name, he's called Kojo Forex. He's a big trader in Ghana, West Africa, in Africa, really. And so when I lost 50 pounds, I had like 25 pounds left or so.
Right.
So I was in his signal group. I was supposed to wait for him. So after I lost, and he finally started sending signals, I remember that day he sent like 7 in a row. And I think I went hard on all of them. I don't know. I still have screenshots though. I could even share them later. And from 25, I went up to like 500 and something because all 7 were just going, like they were bangers. It just went up. And so I'm like, okay, so it's possible. I just probably need to learn more. Like,
And this was just with the signals.
with the signals.
Okay.
Crazy. I'm like, nah, okay, this works. So I need to just study hard.
So before the signals, right? When you lost 50, $60, what were you thinking, right? This was it real? Was it possible? How, because now you didn't make money, right? You lost money,
Okay.
right? So it wasn't going according to plan. We weren't making money fast.
Oh,
We
well,
were, we were, we were losing money fast.
that's like my disposable income for the month I had just thrown away in a couple minutes. So believe me, I wasn't too happy because now I'm gonna have to cut back on even things like lunch just because I blew money. I was in the best of spirits, but I'm very open minded and I don't act with my emotions a lot. So I'm like, nah, I probably wasn't disciplined because I looked at it and thought, oh, so that's up and down. Let me just go sell, buy, and see what happens. So I took my hands lucky. This money, what's left, I'll just relax for a while. The signals are paid for, and then let's see how it goes.
You take the signals, right? 25 to 500, something works, right? Maybe it's me. What happens, right? That changes for you that you go, okay, this guy knows what he's doing, right? Judah doesn't know what he's doing. Let me go back. Let me, I don't know, study more. Let me read more. What was the process for step number two?
After I realized what he could do, and then he started posting about doing beginner classes and teaching his strategy. You know how mentors always have a course they sell, right? So I paid for his beginner classes. I think it cost like $50. It just happened for a couple of hours because there's not really much to teach a beginner, I guess. Yeah, and then I went ahead and paid for his strategy. He called it the sniper strategy. I think he uses trend line, the third touch rule. He has a way he analyzes high highs, lower lows, and then he has specific candlesticks that he looks after. So like some doji, the tweezer top, tweezer bottom. But seeing somebody who had actually implemented it, like showed me that it works, teach me, kind of validated it from. So then that's what I started using. So I started doing my trend lines, learning how to draw.
So that sounds like it was helpful, right? Because this mentor, he kind of had the same strategy, or he looked at the charts the same way you looked at the charts.
He mentioned anything that was new to me, but he called it confluence. The way he put them together showed me that, okay, I learned so many things, but he somehow had researched and taken this specific thing that's okay, I'm going to put these together. And then, yeah, that was how.
When you tried by yourself, right? Did you have any type of confluence? Did you have like signals, or were you kind of just 50-50?
Before him, when I first looked at the market, my first thing was support and resistance. So I just looked at it. I saw a chart going. I remember very well. I didn't even care about the time frame. I just saw a chart going up. So okay, it came down here before. It's almost there. Let me try buying. So I just pressed buy because it was up and down, just like that. It's like, I don't know. It's like I've forgotten everything I learned up to that point, and I just, I don't want to say stupid, but I just silly took the risk. I don't think I ever put a stop loss on it, and then it just,
Okay.
yeah, I realized that no, it's going down fast. I didn't want to close it. It was going to go up. It's going to go up, and then I was like, nah, I just have to close this.
Tell me a little about your parents, your family. I know some people from Ghana, and the hardworking, they work for their money, kind of trading, investing is kind of you're giving your money away, right? Was that the same way for your family, or did you have some type of support, understanding?
No, I never told anybody I was trading.
Okay.
So my parents are very traditional, so they don't believe
Right.
in downloading dollars, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. I like that.
so I mean, I can't wake up and be like, oh, give me, you put money in this, you press this, and then, nah, he's not gonna buy that. It's gonna slap you because the
Yeah,
waste.
yeah.
No, I never mentioned to anybody. Maybe just my brother because he understood those things. I don't think they had any support system in particular. Even currently, my girlfriend doesn't believe in trading share. She looks at, let's say I made profit and she's like, are you sure you can draw this money and it will come for you? I'm like, duh. I'm like, come on. Yeah, so sometimes I have to show her proof of withdrawal, spend time so she sees that's actually from them.
You told your brother, older brother or younger brother?
Older, I'm the last one, so older brother. Yeah.
You say he understood when you told him. How did he understand?
I mean, he's not too old. He's like 5 years older than me. And he's like millennial sort of. He understands this new concept.
Okay.
And it wasn't strange to me because maybe I didn't mention this, but I started out wanting to be an investment banker. He hear me talk about the stock market and saying I'm now doing forex and currency pairs. It wasn't a surprise to him. I just had to like explain deeper, like, oh, it's not just like how you buy it, it's the pairs of currency. Each currency has come in a pair, the exotic pairs. I had to explain like that to him.
Right. Okay, yeah. So he knew it was real.
He knew well, he didn't, you see, nobody believes it's run, so you actually withdraw the money. So they don't get it.
So now, right, if I'm not mistaken, do you still have the same size account when you paid for this mentorship, the 500?
Oh no, now this is back in COVID. So I after I bought the strategy, I bought myself an iPhone, I think, back then.
So you withdrew, you took out the profit you made from the
Yeah.
25.
Yeah, you see, because I paid for his beginner class and stuff.
Okay, so you paid it with the withdrawal, with the profit.
Yes, I did.
You take his beginner course, you get confluences, it makes a little more sense. Do you fund up a new account? Do you hear about prop firms, right? How do you go back to trading by yourself?
It took a while because I was so excited about that kind of money. And then I refunded again. This time I went, I think I found about, I put in a USD account. So I found about $101. I wasn't that confident, but I learned his strategy. And then through him, I learned about NFP. So you see, up until that time, I hadn't even gone on Forex Factory to start trading fundamentals. I was just mainly based on the technicals. So I recall one Friday, I think it was in November 2020, I had funded 101 USD. I was in the office, I logged in on Web MetaTrader, and I was just watching, took my first trade, and I blew the account right then. Yeah,
Ouch.
I did. I blew every single dollar of it. I was using XNext by then. XNext, when it goes total, the whole account is blown, they just give you like one pence in the account. Like, it's kind of like, I don't know what they want you to do with it. The account was gone. It was done.
Did you lose the account because your lot size were too big, or did you hold the loser too long?
I held the losing too long. It moved so fast. I didn't think the market could move that fast. Market moves like a river. It will go where it's going, but it will go and come. So if you're not patient, you get out before it actually gets there sometimes. I was like, why is it going so fast? What's happening?
Yeah. I've seen, right, the people we spoke to, the people I speak to, even when your psychology is better, right, you take this position, okay, maybe I can lose, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when it happens in 2 seconds is no,
It's
too quick, too quick, too quick, too quick.
like you're still trying to understand what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, I know it's crazy.
And let's the end of 2020, right? You're almost a year. You fund up the 100, right? You have a new strategy. You have confidence. Your first trade, you blow the account. Now what are we thinking, right? What's going through your head?
I panicked because like at that time I'd invested a lot more. So I've seen what it could do. Said I've learned strategy. So when my salary came, paid my bills, I invested a lot more and losing it in 2 seconds. And it's the first or 4th of November. It was a Friday. I'm entering the weekend. I'm broke as, and the month hasn't even begun. So I don't know what I'm gonna do for work. You get it? So yeah, I wasn't in the best of moods. So for a while, I didn't find any real money since that November month because I think I had to borrow money from my brother to survive the month. Now this is real stuff. Like I've been very stupid. I didn't have to do so much money. So yeah, I wasn't in a great mindset, great psychology. So I went back to a demo account. I used to stop trading because to me, trading was gonna make me all the stuff
Okay.
social media, the flashy life. This trading is gonna do that for me. I'm not gonna stop. But I can't put real funds in there until I have an edge that I can't. Beat. So stopped the real money. Went to demo, managed, was going, and this went into 2021. And I hear about prop firms, and so I'm like, And then they said they give you money to trade. So I'm wondering how a company would just get up and give random strangers money. I think after hearing about it once or twice over a couple of weeks, I decided to finally look for what it is. I Google it, I read about the terms and conditions, and it looks good. And then for some reason I started getting suggestions on social media, Instagram. You kind of, when you search something, you kind of start getting like the algorithm gives you stuff. I bought 50K. Yeah. So I read the rules, acquainted myself with it, and I started trading. It was going well. I think I just didn't somehow, whether they hate the fact that their drawdown was based on equity. So it's like as your balance goes up in the day, the equity is falling. But somehow I didn't update on the dashboard. So it was a sniper entry. So I'm targeting a very long TP. Long TP, I know that it will go and come before it gets there. So when it pulls back, I'm not going to close my trade. I'm holding until it gets to my TP. I guess they calculated the highest equity as part of my drawdown. So when it came down, I think it violated their rules, and the account got suspended or whatever. Like I failed. It was a failed challenge.
Right.
I even had a bit of back and forth with them on email because this is the more money that I have lost.
You take a break from live trading. You're still demo trading. How long were you demo trading for? And how was the demo trading? Or, was the account growing? Were you winning? How was the demo trading process?
I made the account $1,000, and I just started little by little. So I traded for demo for about 4 or 5 months, and I was seeing some like good results. With this is all based on the strategy I knew from the other guy I learned.
Okay.
On my trend line, we start from the higher time frame. We mark up. He calls them psychological zones. So his logic is that in the real stock markets, the actual guys who move the market, when they call out values for trades, they call them in whole numbers. So if it's, let's say, GJ, and the price is 191.9 something, they wouldn't say 191.5. They would say 191, 192. But they call, if you watch those videos, they call it out to whole numbers. They don't add the decimals. On the higher time frames, you draw psychological levels, so just basically lines, horizontal lines, and then we use those whole numbers. And for each pair, he already done his research, so he shares it with you. Each pair, he has like, okay, this one, when you draw from the lowest price point in, let's say, over a couple months period, 50 pips space between the next line. So you have one line and 50, 50, 50, 50. And we do that. And then when we finish it, like, look at the chart, and you realize that those ranges actually capture key levels of support and resistance. Markets reacted. So those lines actually appeared at places where the market had reacted before. So it tells you that it kind of proves your theory of how those traders, because we as speculators, they actually move the market, right? So when you capture that on the higher time frame, that was the daily, you come down to the 4 hour. Then it makes more sense to you. So we draw our trend lines on the 4 hour because that's a stronger trend, right? We are looking for third touch. So the trend line starts from the most significant lower points in the chart. So that has to be through your eyes as a trader. You can't just draw it. You have to look at it and look at the structure of a period of time, and you can pick, okay, I'm starting from this point. This is a stronger trend because this is the last move that gave me the highest push. So you pick it from the third touch rule. So his logic is 1, 2. So on the third touch, you know that if your bias is a buy, on the third touch, you know you're going up. So you look for your candlestick formations, pick a trade, set your stop loss according to the candlestick pattern you chose. So he doesn't tell you 50 pip stop loss. That sometimes doesn't make sense because 50 pips will land you somewhere. So just make sure your entry is good, and that way, if you do it right, your stop loss shouldn't be that much. Just below the candlestick or below any reasonable resistance or support you see in it. You're in it.
So why you see demo trading is working, right? Whether psychology, right, maybe for whatever reason, it's the strategy is working. If I'm not mistaken, I think at the time, right, the 50K account was, I think, almost like $300 maybe.
Probably, yeah.
So why you're used to funding up $100, right? $101. What made you comfortable with almost $300 now, right? In the prop firm instead of your personal account again.
At that point, so I grew up a lot since that November. So I done my demo group, grew my. I don't remember how much I grew it to, but I grew it. And so buying that 300, I realized that this is a game where you need money to make money. So the more you invest, the more you are likely to see a lot of profits without being risking too much and being anxious and unnecessarily and gamble. That basically I say gamble.
Right.
I think I got in a promotion. I saved up more money, so $300 wasn't. I bought it, and it's 50K. So I'm like, even though they have their drawdown, they have their rules and stuff. My leverage is based on the 50K. It's not based on $300 anymore.
Right.
So now it's the same work, but my lot size changes, and I make more money for the same work. So let's go. So that's the logic behind why I went there.
You start trading the prop firm, right? You said you had it for you were doing well. So that means you started seeing $500 profit, $700 profit. Oh, how did it feel? Was it difficult? Did something happen in your brain when you start seeing, instead of, $100 blown account, and now you start seeing 500, or even losing, right? Even negative, maybe $500, which is like 1%. Did it feel like it was your money, like you lost $500? Or was it easy to say, okay, this is kind of like demo account?
It's kind of like a demo account. So I was just working. I wasn't really focused on how much I was making. I wanted to be right. I wanted to make a trade and it has to win. Whether I make $1 or 500, because my mind, once I'm right, it's just a matter of lot size and changing stuff. So I need to be right. So I was more interested in winning. I wasn't really focused on my lot size. So I'll go, it'll be in drawdown, it'll come profit, I'm cool. So psychologically, I guess naturally, I wasn't emotional already. Yeah, after November, where I lost everything, it took me through a tough period, a very tough period, because I didn't have any money. I think I did have a girlfriend at the time, so it was always excuses as to why I couldn't go out during
Yeah,
the whole.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm busy, I've got this, but yeah, I was flat broke. So I toughened up since then. So yeah, trading the $300, I wasn't moved. Like yeah,
You lose the prop firm, right? It was a misunderstanding, we can say, right? It wasn't really, you didn't over leverage, you didn't blow the account, you didn't hold the loser. You were doing the right thing. What do we do now? New prop account, bigger size.
I had 2 more prop accounts that year. I didn't pass any of them, so that's 3 field prop firms. So let's say that's $1,200 on the drain. I bought the 25K account, and yeah, passed that very quickly. Got my funded account. Made my first $1,000 withdrawal, and they give you 80%, so it got like 800. Yeah, I was fine because I actually got the money. Yeah, so I was fine. I was happy. Yeah.
So you spend the rest of 21, right, failing.
Yes.
This is about 2 years now, we can say,
Yes.
right? So we're still not making money fast.
I'm just losing based on slight technicalities and the way I trade. So by 2022, I'd adjusted my TP levels and my SL levels. I was swinging, but I wasn't. So if I swing and I 100 pips, I'll put my TP at 50. Or before it gets there, I'll close maybe 70% of it. 90, not even 70, 90, and I just leave the rest because I still think I'm right. So I'll take the actual money and then let the rest just go and hit TP, not for the money. And that'll be little compared to what I've just closed back.
Hearing your story, right? 2 years of failing, it sounds like maybe half, right, of 21, you had the psychology good, right? You were okay with losing, you're okay with winning, you're more confident in yourself, but you have to fix your strategy a little bit for Judah, right? Because sometimes everybody can have the same strategy, but you have to change something for you personally. So you fix, right? Something like the TP, right? Maybe just half, right, of what your target was. And it begins to work. It starts working. You make maybe almost all of the money back you lost with the withdrawal, right? 800, almost $1,000. How did that first withdrawal feel, right? After losing and falling on your face and going broke and, not, lying to your girlfriend, I have to work. I don't, just because you put it all in your trading account.
To be honest, I felt proud. I felt superior. So I'd go out and let's say I'm spending a bit of that money and I feel like, yeah, now I know something most people don't. I can download dollars. Like I can actually do it now. So I felt more confident. I felt like I've not got it yet, but I'm on my way. I'm on the path. Like I know how to do it now. So I felt so proud. I was like, yeah, it finally paid off. My hours of 10,000 hours of practice. Yeah, it paid off, and yeah, I've got it good now. So in my head, there was no more losing.
You take out your first withdrawal, right? With the prop firm you were using. You keep trading. How are you doing now after your first withdrawal?
Oh, I was doing really well. The thing about them at that time is when you withdraw, the account doesn't reset back to the original listing. Your withdrawal is part of your drawdown. So I think I was enough profits. I drew 1,000. I had just enough. So their drawdown locks at the initial balance
At break even. So you had the account at like 2,000 then profit. You withdrew half. If you would have wanted to, then you could have withdrawn almost $2,000.
Yes, and but that'll be it. You can't trade anymore.
Yeah, that's it. You can't trade anymore. I got you. Okay, so you keep trading now, right? You have basically $1,000 account, right? Not 25,000, right? So because you have 1,000 of drawdown. How does that go?
I remember the trader actually blew the account for me. So I've drawn my money. I'm ready. So I take another trade, and this time I'm like, no, I need more money. So I take my time. I place the trade well. Have my sniper and trade. I'm like, I'm going to TP this time. So when I place the trade, I'm not watching this chart anymore. I'm going to go and come back. And when I come, it's either take it or leave it. Like it's either there or it's not. I was aiming for, let's say I was aiming for 5,000. I don't remember. And I think I saw more than half of that. And I'm like, close it and go.
Right.
Yeah, but nah, I'm like, nah, it's TP. Yeah, that didn't go well.
When you come back, you change your strategy, we can say. Before that, you would have took the profit, right? You wouldn't wait till full TP.
Oh, no, I would have taken that.
Do you go break even? Do you leave the stop loss right where it was? What do you end up doing?
I don't touch it. I just wear adverts to break even, and then it takes me out before it still goes back.
TP or stop loss? One of them.
You were willing to lose this money before, so what changed, right?
Okay.
There. Yeah, left my TP open because as at that point, even though I was taking, let's say, TP at half the profit, the whatever I left would still go and hit TP. So it proved me I was right. I was just being sensible by taking my money early because I actually trading for money. And at that time, this mentor had been learning from. I've been following his life on IG. He had been he had bought a new car. So I'm like, I'm not gonna get there.
I need a new car.
I need
Right. What happened with the trade?
it reversed quickly, very quickly. I think there was some news, but it reversed on me. And naturally, I would hold because I'll see it as a pullback. So I held on tight, and then when I saw that now this is gonna hit stop loss, I left to hit stop loss. I didn't even try and close and salvage it.
How much of a loss was that?
Yeah, it blew the account. Yeah. I lost the founder account.
That blue account.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're talking June, July. How does this moment, right? If you remember, how does this moment feel, right? Because you started the year, right? I'm not losing anymore. I got my withdrawal. I got my strategy. I was up, right, on one trade, almost 2,000, 2,500. From my experience, right, personally, other people, other traders, you go, man, I'm so stupid. I'm a bad trader. I was up 2,000. I could have closed. I could take my girlfriend to dinner. I could that. All of this, you start thinking, right? And it starts you forget the progress, right? You forget everything you've done correctly to get to that point because of the mistake. What's going through your mind? You don't care. It's okay. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's okay because you win some and lose some. And so you just learn from it because I know I'm gonna go again. So this loss I made, I'm gonna learn from it. So I looked at it, I went back and I realized that I need to take fundamentals more seriously. Because most technical traders, we don't really look at fundamentals much like that. Technical confirms the fundamental. So if I see market at a support zone, I'm assuming that there's a news that's gonna prove that. So I don't need to look at the news. I just need to focus on whatever I'm analyzing, right? Yeah, so I realized I need to take fundamentals more seriously. So now I started incorporating that in my trading.
somewhere along the line, right? I'm not sure if you go FTP again, whatever your decision is, you find us here at Instant Funding. What attracts you? What sounds interesting? How are you thinking about it? How are you gonna attack this new prop firm?
So it's not funny. I found them on a website called Prop Firm Match. They basically compare prop firms. So I think I typed in prop firms that have promotions. You guys had like a promotion where it's called World Boost, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah. If you look in my, you see the first account, and it had all the add-ons. Your add-ons were really good. 5-day payouts. You can reduce the profit target by 2%. So I was like, nah, this guy's, yeah. So yeah, I went in for a 100K account. And okay, so I mean, we've come forward, but as at that point, I had changed my trading strategy a bit. The thing with the trend lines and third touch, I was using FVGs. I'll establish a trend, wait for the pullback, and then the pullback will be in my FVGs. So when it gets there, I'll look for, let's say, okay, I'll just basic a pin bar. It gets there, pin bar, take my trade. Always aim for 20 pips stop loss. So if you check, you see that I always have a 20 pips stop loss. And it's first TP is 1:1 and it goes all the way up to 1:4.
If you were having success without FVGs, what made you decide to start adding this new, I guess you can say, strategy,
Yes.
right, to something that was already working for you?
Because I realized that the swing trading wasn't good with the prop firms I was doing. Because prop firms is more like quick cash and they have all these rules. So it's more like your own accounts where you play around with, right? The tighter stop loss and more volatility and a lower take profit. So that's when I moved.
When you say swing trading, how long were you holding a trade for?
At least 2 days or 3 days, at least.
Now it's the equity, right? You hold to the next day and now it becomes part of your drug. Gotcha. You go from swing trading to what, now we talk one day, same day?
Yeah, so the TPs just hit usually that day. Because I'm mostly I close at TP1, that's just 20 pips. But then because it's a 100K account, I go hard. So I hit maybe 10 lots. And you guys have a rule I didn't like on the margin requirements, 50% margin. So sometimes I know this trade is gonna, when you do it so much, at the point you can just tell when this trade is a banger and when this one is not, and when you're on the
Right.
fence. But I know this trade is in Jordan. Let's say I'm taking my trade 20 pips dollars, it draws down like 15. It's just 5 pips between the price and my SL line. I know this is going to go up because I've seen this several times. I want to go hard. I want to go more, add more loss, but you guys have a margin rule, so I can't add it. So I didn't like it, but I guess it keeps you in check. That you don't go crazy. That's how I changed my strategy because now some prop firms, because they're giving capital I'll probably never have. If I had 100K on, I wouldn't put it in Forex. I mean, I would put a mortgage down somewhere or something.
When did you take the one phase or the two phase challenge?
One phase, one step. I stopped 2 phases after MFF.
You do the one phase, you pass this 100K.
Yeah.
Talk to us about payout, right? Because now 100K, that's different.
Yeah, past the 100K, go my funded account. First PR was I think 5,800.
Ooh.
Hold up,
Okay.
guys didn't give it to me. I got denied because I had breached the margin or just a bit. The lot sizes on gold were deeper than expected, so I didn't notice.
Okay.
But they did give me another chance. I started my funded account, so this time I kind of stayed a little bit away from gold and just focused more on GJ because it's one of my favorite pairs. It's volatile and moves quick. Yeah, so they didn't let me get my 5,800. So I think I went again.
Based on, right, your misunderstanding of the rule, they ended up giving you a new one phase again.
But it wasn't a misunderstanding. If you look at it, you see that once I opened it and I realized that I was below them, I really closed immediately.
Okay. They basically reset your challenge account,
Yeah.
which is a good thing in prop firms, right? Because usually your mistake, you don't understand, right? Not our problem, right? You pay again. For the viewer, there is understanding. We are looking to help the trader.
I didn't have to repass. They just re-gave me my funded account.
So just no payout, but we just reset it for you.
And yeah, this time I stayed more away from gold because the lots and I just
I heard you say gold. I heard you say Forex. I think GJ. What do you trade? What did you trade before? Are you still trading the same markets?
I started with GU. The account that lost me NFP was US 30, that $101. And then after that, I went back into currency pairs. I did GU for a while because at that point, GU was more friendly to me. I kind of understood how it worked. I liked the range it traded in. Yeah. And then in 2023, at that time I'd come to UK. I took a break for a while because I came to do my master's here. So I took a break for a while. When I came back, it was GJ. Because while I took a break, I'll be looking at other people, all the chats I was in, reading about Badr, and I saw that GJ was helping people. So I looked at it and then I came back. So fast forward, I've traded, if you look, I traded mostly GJ. And then, yeah, when I bought the accounts, when I got my resets, it was just bangers, man. And you guys were so on time with the payments. 5 days, and then it comes like clockwork.
Yeah,
So
you get the weekly withdrawals.
people don't know about this, but arguably one of the best perfumes in the world, probably.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We have our rules, but the rules are to keep consistent, and we do our best to help the trader to give the payout. You've seen it, you've lived it. When you have a strategy that works, when you have the data that it works, weekly withdrawals is amazing.
It's amazing. I'm telling you. In that span of 3 weeks, I made close to what, 10K? That was crazy.
2.5 years, right, of failing, and then 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, you make all the losses back. You make almost 10K in profit. You have all this proof that you can do it, right?
Yeah.
To send the trader home, right, who has heard your story, who is probably going right through the same thing, maybe blowing their account, maybe realizing the strategy, maybe being so close, you up 3,000. Oh no, I'm gonna hold, take profit, lose the account. What do you tell this trader so they can finally get to the point they want to get?
I think you need to remember why you are in Forex and understand that it's not a gamble. It's you win some, you lose some. What matters is how much you lose when you lose and how much you win when you win. But that's going to determine if you're profitable overall. Stick to the basics, because if you listen to most of the videos I've watched from you, there's nothing so complicated. There's usually the fundamental things that make you win. Support and resistance, FVGs, they are not complicated things. I've seen people draw butterflies on charts and stuff. The main game is psychology, because once you get that right, trust me, the rest is easy.
It was a pleasure hearing your story. It was a pleasure talking to you today.
Yeah.
Congratulations again on your first interview, your first of many, I'm sure. You've given me, right, something new to look at, a new perspective.
Right.
Anybody who watches this, I'm sure they've got value to also. So we thank you for your time. Thank you for trusting us. And keep your strategy, keep trading,
I
and
will.
we're excited to keep paying out.
Yeah. I mean, are you a trader yourself?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Somebody should interview you too, I guess.
I have a trader with instant funding. It was if you go on our YouTube channel, I was one of the first ones.
I haven't. Okay. All right. I'm going to watch
Yeah,
that.
yeah. All right, my brother. Good speaking to you, and good luck.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Good luck to you as well.